Welcome to the garden. Today I want to give you a quick little look around the garden. Just a couple things I want to show you. Today is actually my birthday, turning 29 in case you're curious. I want to start right down here. This was actually the container that was in the greenhouse. This is a mix of all sorts of herbs and vegetables. I think this is actually some type of flower. It could be blackberry lily. But you can see a lot of these are eaten back. This pepper plant is just decimated. This broccoli here, you can't even tell was broccoli. There's literally no leaves left. So I think this is from our wild turkeys. I just saw them coming through the garden the other day. And the little baby's growing up really quickly. I can tell my carrots are starting to flower because of these little tufts. And that's really not a problem. That actually means they have a nice healthy carrot under the ground. So we could harvest these or let them flower and produce seed. I think I'm going to let a couple of them go to seed. And we're finally starting to get ripe tomatoes. We already had a couple that were almost ready to eat, and the deer came up and scarfed them down while they were still green. But look at all of these fruit, it's just incredible. But we've got cherry tomatoes on the way, we've got beefsteak tomatoes and Roma tomatoes as well. But this is where we planted our dill. You can see dill is very small as a seedling. If we compare it to the cilantro, those have a little bit broader leaves, and the basil leaves are broader still. So these will actually grow up pretty quickly. And they're kind of growing underneath this tiny little pepper. For some reason my pepper plants are just really small this year. I'm finally starting to get some jalapenos here. So as long as the deer don't eat them back, we should get a decent harvest. This plant's actually setting out loads of fruit and loads of new flowers. Over here are my beans. So they're actually best before the beans really swell. Like this one's probably perfect right now. The real trick about growing beans is keeping up on the harvests. But that's a decent little handful right there. You can even eat these raw too if you like. I usually only eat the really small ones raw. Like this would probably be really tasty. They're not my favorite vegetable to eat raw. They can be a little bit fuzzy. So the texture can be a little bit odd, but they taste really nice. And when you cook them, they get that beautiful dark green color, and the fuzziness really kind of disappears. And then right down here, we've got some sunflowers that are just about to bloom. So we'll keep a close eye on those. I really don't keep a tidy garden. I don't have it very formal, it's not very organized. I just kind of try and pack in as much as I can, including flowers. Like in this trough here, we've got some poppies, a few other little wildflowers, and it looks like some of them are just about to bloom. You can even see a little purple color on that bud. We've got plenty of dill flowers. The parsley is also flowering, so the ants are just all over them. You can really see how similar they are. Parsley just has little white flowers, whereas dill are yellow. This is actually kind of a surprise, a late blooming chive. I had a hummingbird in here the other day and it found the only chive flower in the entire garden. Ooh, hummingbird. Whoa! Wow. Did you see that? It actually really surprised me. It flew right up to the camera. I'm also surprised to see the radishes are still flowering. So I have been eating some of these pods. I want to plant some this autumn and save a whole bunch for next spring. But I've got a little bit of broccoli to harvest. I've got a bunch of kale to harvest, beans and peas, and in a few more weeks we'll have loads of peppers and tomatoes. We've been getting quite a few more flowers lately in our flower pot experiment. So these are the ones growing basically nothing but dried leaves. We've got some red phlox right up in front. We've got a whole bunch of garden fig seed, and then we've got pink cosmos. You can see though that the Japanese beetles are starting to eat the flowers. You might have even noticed that in my last video. So I think I might actually take tomorrow off for my birthday. But I hope you all are enjoying this beautiful summer. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.